You can't even type other people right, and now you can't even type yourself. What the hell is going on? Shannon and I have really been looking at this at scale, watching different people come through our website in our classes and our video typing and all that. Shannon thought she was an ENFJ when she first started. I thought I was a standard Myers-Briggs INTJ. I thought I was introverted. A whole bunch of things that I had later kind of had to update that actually, no, my perception of myself with the terms that I had are actually wrong. I need to kind of update the definition of these terms as well as of how I view myself. Anyways, the point is I've been through it. I've been emotionally traumatized having to change and update my type. I've gone through the self-delusion. So I can sympathize with people that think they're an INFJ, but they're obviously some completely opposite type. We really have been looking at what is the common factors of somebody mistyping, especially themselves. So kind of broke this down to three little things here. Number one is the definition of terms. Oh my God. What do you mean by FE? What do you mean by TI? What do you mean by a savior, a demon, all that kind of stuff? You don't even fucking know what you mean. You have a bunch of weird, rattly bullshit, hand-me-down, hearsay, Myers-Briggs definitions rolling around in your head, confusing the shit out of yourself that you can't get out and you can't update. So that's the hugest thing that takes some time to get all that crap out of your head of what you think a type is and what you think a function is. And then to update it with the newer definitions that are actually getting some objective traction here. So it takes time to unlearn and takes time to learn definitions of terms. Number two, totally different angle here, is that people seem to see and be amazed by their middle functions. I mean that term kind of loosely. Sometimes it'll be like their third function, or it may be like their third animal. If you're in the class and you're into the animals and stuff, they can see these lower parts of themselves. It's usually not their first savior, and it's usually not their last demon. It's usually kind of like their hobby function. So for an INTJ who's, let's say, savior NITE, they're like, oh no, I'm a strong feeler. I can really see how much I care and how I'm driven by my feelings. Even though they're NITE on autopilot, they're not seeing that they're on autopilot. They just see that every once in a while that they care. They're paying attention to that, right? We'll see the ESTJ is fascinated with NE. So they think there's some kind of N dominant because their TE is on autopilot, their SI is on autopilot. They usually don't even like those functions. They have to do all the work for everybody. So they hate TE and they hate SI, but they're fascinated with NE because they can see their N. So we see this consistently, that people can kind of see these middle parts of themselves and they can see them improving and they can see themselves wanting to do it more, and they think that's the goddamn savior function. No, your savior function is what you don't even fucking realize you're doing all day long, but your friends know. Because your friends are getting abused by your first function. You just think you're helping out. You're just thinking you're having the TE or NI or whatever your first function is. You just have to do it because no one else is around to do it. And you don't like doing it anyway, so you're just here to save the day. But what you're really interested, now insert a lower function of yours, most likely your third function. And they're mistaking that for a savior function and therefore building their type around that. Does that make sense? And then number three, social value. Back in 2011, and Dave Stupid Powers is telling you that ESFPs are dumb and sensors are dumb, then everyone's going, well, I don't want to be a sensor, right? And so this is happening consistently, is that some group will get marginalized or get made fun of by somebody, and then, well, I don't want to be that type. And so already, real quickly, unconsciously, you're like, well, I can't be that type, so I got to pick from these types in here that are rare, and that are awesome, and that all my friends will like. You know, if somebody is a real desperate idiot, they're going to be more into perverting their type based upon which one has the most social value. Anyways, that's kind of a quick breakdown. If you can remember that while you're watching yourself and watching others with this whole mistyping problem, think about definition of terms. Think about number two, people can see aspects of themselves, usually kind of the middle balance part of themselves, and then therefore think that's them. And then number three, people want to run away from types that have bad social stigma and then run towards the high value one because everybody wants to be liked by their mommy.